She's the chairperson for Portsmouth and Hayling and the area coordinator. Marian, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very mumuch for inviting me.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure. So let's talk about the scheme and what you guys do. And let's start with, I guess, how it started from the very beginning and what you guys wanted to do.
It all started, well, the Chernobyl disaster was 27 years ago this year, and unfortunately a lot of Ukraine and Belarus were covered with radiation because the roof of Chernobyl was actually blown off. That was 12,000 tonnes of concrete, blew off up into the air, and it emitted all the radiation, so everywhere became contaminated.
And when you wanted to start it, and what were your plans, and what did you implement? And I guess for people that are listening in, what do you do?
Well, this charity, Chernobyl Children's Lifeline, was founded by Victor Mizzi in 1991. He decided it would be a great idea to bring children over out of the contaminated areas to spend some time in countries that had none of the pollution. So that's why we bring them over it's mainly for respite care. A lot of these children could go on to develop thyroid cancer, leukemia, and they have no immune systems. Because they live in radiated areas, their immune systems are non-existent, and everything they eat is contaminated. The air they breathe is contaminated. If they come here for 4 weeks, eat our fresh food and breathe our fresh air, it can put a few more years on their lifeline, and it doesn't boost, it gives them an immune system that they haven't already got.
I mean, when they come over, you spoke about obviously the healthcare you give them, but I saw that they've been up the Spinnaker Tower, etc. What kind of fun stuff do you also have planned for?
Oh, we've had... Unfortunately for this lot, they go back home tomorrow.
Okay.
But we've had some great days out. We've been to Monkey World. Like you say, we went up the Spinnaker Tower yesterday with Councillor Gerald Vernon-Jackson. And I'd like to say a massive thank you to Fareham Fire Station, where we went on Tuesday. Excuse me. We have great links with Fareham Fire Station because of the firefighters that are at Chernobyl. Not only did they give these kids a really fantastic day, they also supplied them all with smoke alarms, which is a really big essential for when they go back home to Ukraine.
And I imagine this wouldn't be possible without those sponsors and key people that have got behind it since 1991.
Absolutely.
And who has helped along the way?
Well, I mean, we pay, as a charity, we pay for these children to come over. We pay their visas. We are, as well as being chair, I'm a host mum. I host children in our house. This year, we've had a fantastic group of host families. They all do it voluntary. There's no money changes hands. It's all for the love and the kindness from the bottom of their hearts. So I'd personally like to thank them all so much this year. They've made it a fantastic year.
Got 7 of them with us in the studio. I'm not sure that the Express FM Towers is quite as spectacular as the Spinnaker or a fire station, but I've heard 1 or 2 of them can sing. Am I right?
Yes.
You said you're doing auditions?
We do, yeah. It's like the X Factor.
It's like the X Factor, yeah.
And I have boys.
Portsmouth edition, and if I'm Simon Cowell, that is a worry. I've just had makeup on. But no, technically there is some similarities there, possibly. So we're going to have a couple they're going to sing for us, 1 or 2 of their tunes. I don't know who's been selected. Yeah, we go. They're all going to have a sing-along. Sing-along. And then we're going to go after you.
Сумно, сумно за край, не дивись на мене, грай, музико, грай. Зимно, зимно на душі, забирай, що хочеш, тільки залиши одну калину за вікном, одну родину за столом, одну стежину, що додому йшла сама. Одну любов на все життя, одну журбу на забуття, і Україну, бо в нас іншої нема. Сумно, завжди не засну, краще буду думать про свою весну. Та й піду за небо край, перше як останнє, грай, музико, грай. Про ту калину за вікном, одну родину за столом, одну стежину, що додому йшла сама. Одну любов на все життя, одну журбу на забуття, і Україну, бо в нас іншої нема.
Oh, yeah, well, we're going to go for it, but that deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much. It was superb. Real chance for Eurovision, I think, next year.
Absolutely,
Your
they've
edition,
got
why
my
not?
vote.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
near
absolutely.
far from my house.
Absolutely, 10
And
points.
sadly, I know most of the words.
Marianne, for what you do and what your organisation does, well, thank you,
Thank
firstly,
you.
and thank you, obviously, of the kids, superb, and thank you very much for coming in.
Brilliant. Thank you for inviting
No,
us.
pleasure, absolute pleasure. I hope we could help in that small bit.